Hi, Ebonite fans. I'm Rob Gotchall, Marketing Manager of Players Promotions and Events here at Ebonite International. I'm joined today by Vice President of Research and Development, Randy Teitloff, and we're here to keep it real and talk to you about the all-new Ebonite Verdict. Let's take a look at a couple shots as the ball goes through the pins. Randy, before we get into the technical side of things on the all-new Verdict, let's talk about the first time I saw this ball. This ball was brought as a blank demo set to the industry showcase along Bowl Expo. Can you give us a little background on why that concept was done this year?
Wanted to do something a little bit different. We wanted pro shops to have the ability to weigh in on a product that we were going to go to market with. And the best way to do that was to disguise it, create some variations for them to take a look at. And the nice thing is, pretty exciting, is that once they tested the products, they weighed in on it, told us which products we should go to market with, and it was this particular one, this version.
Hence the name, the Verdict.
The Verdict.
All right, now let's get into your bread and butter. Let's talk about the technical side of the all-new Verdict from Ebonite. First, let's talk about the core, the all-new Justice Core inside the Verdict.
Well, this is a Justice Core right here, as you can see. And alongside it is the Warrior Core, the Maverick, and then this new Justice Core. And they're basically derivations of each other. We've modified them so that we redistributed the mass, but they basically have the same RGs and differentials built into them. The only difference being is that the mass bias for this core right here being an 18 falls dead in between these two cores.
Thank you for explaining the core, Randy. Folks, let's take a look at PBA champion Tommy Jones throwing the all-new Verdict. Randy, now let's get into what I feel is the difference maker in the all-new Verdict. And I feel that's the cover stock, the brand new GSV-1 cover. I'm seeing a lot of early success with this ball since I've been seeing it in the field for the last month. We've had multiple regional wins. Jen Higgins bowled a 300 game at the Women's U.S. Open. What I'm seeing out of this ball is tremendous versatility. It's not the biggest hooking ball we've made. It's not the most angular ball we've made. But what I'm seeing is it's doing all the right things. Can you tell me why I'm seeing what I'm seeing?
To keep it in simple terms, design features for the cover stocks were basically built on a platform of oil absorption, modifying the polymer that's in there so that you could actually strengthen or weaken that characteristic so that you can actually get early tractioning or late tractioning with a decent amount of back end. But usually what happens is that you can take something to a point to where you can go far enough to where it's kind of diminishing return that you start to sacrifice some other characteristics. As lanes transition, then you can actually get balls that can change their characteristics, and you just reach limits when you do that. So what we tried to do with this is go a totally different route. Now, oil absorption is very important for the ball, but within a good limit, a good range, you could get the best balance out of it. So in other words, to modulate performance characteristics differently, we took a different departure. We basically went into the molecular bonding nature of the polymer, changed that network structure, the density that it's built off of, in a way so that the pneumatic force that is applied to the ball is expressed totally differently. And what that means basically is that all these bundles of polymers that are wound up built into that make up this ball have actually become a little more relaxed, free to move, but become conformal to the imperfections into the lane. So it allows it to traction, still employing the same technology for oil absorption, work both of those two separate identities together to create probably one of the most balanced characteristics in a polymer, how it's going to express itself. Makes it very resilient, very versatile.
Randy, that's a lot of great information. Obviously, we've called this the GSV-1, and it's pretty simple. It stands for Good Stuff Version 1. I'm very excited to where you're going with this kind of technology, and I can't wait to see what you guys come up with next. Folks, let's take a look at PBA champion Ronnie Russell throwing some shots with the all-new Verdict by Ebonite. Well, there you have it, Ebonite fans. You've heard about the all-new Justice Core, the GSV-1 cover stock that I'm super excited about. You've seen Tommy Jones, Ronnie Russell throw the ball. We're seeing lots of success out in the field. This ball is going to be a must-have in my bag, and I recommend you go out to your pro shop today and get one before they're all gone.